Now, I think this is going to work. Hello, YouTubers. What I'm doing here is recording a little bit of one of my chat shows. The chat show you're looking for is the 12th of January, all right? And I thought I'd give a little insight into what goes on while I'm recording a chat show. So you get the whole thing here. There won't be any pausing or anything like that. We're going straight through it. Now, I did try and do this for part one of my show, but I was a little bit unsuccessful. So we're going to try and do it now. And I'm about to record the second part of my talk show, United Kingdom Talk, 3 times a week. Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays. There's the website just appearing just down below there. And log on 3 times a week, dear. Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays, right. So I've already done a bit of a chat. We were chatting about my bingo nights and Facebook and all sorts of things. So we're going into part 2 now, all right? Part 2. Clears the voice. And we need a little jingle and everything. I can't smile. I've got a cut on my lip. I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. Right? How exciting. Don't even know if this will work. Fingers crossed. Do you like a little mirror ball? Look. Eh? Nick that off someone's Christmas tree. Here we go. It'll go silent for a second or two, right?
From the Mirrorball studio in Royal Berkshire, this is Chris Reardon.
Right, so that's how you can win Monopoly. All right? Win Monopoly by buying everything. Don't let anyone buy anything. Also, a good way of winning Monopoly is to become banker and cheat. You must cheat. Now, I've actually got my little webcam going now, and I think we might be recording part of the programme. So this is television as well now. You see, gradually I'm taking over the entire world, dear. Could I be the new president of the United States? No, not the president of the United States. The president of the world. Would I make a good president? Do you think so? Would I make a good president, or would I be one of those career presidents and prime ministers who actually don't care about the country, just how much power they've got? What do you reckon? Oh, I've got itchy ear now. Oh, itchy ear. Now, yes, I think this little video thing's going to work. I am actually videoing this part of the programme, which I will put up on YouTube. Now, don't worry, I will put a link on the forums. All right? And you might be able to... I don't know if this will work or not. It's worth a go, isn't it? Little insight into what we're doing here, United Kingdom Talk, the expressions on the face. You see, you can never see those, can you? When you're listening to the wireless, dear, or the podcast, you can't see the expressions on the face. Also, you can't see the little cut on my lip that I've got at the moment. Now, viewers to YouTube are about to see this. Now, look, well, actually, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that there or not? Oh, it's not. Oh, it's very painful. Oh, now last night, while I was working somewhere, I mentioned this, and a very nice person came up and gave me something to rub on it, and then it wasn't too bad. But at the moment, that little cut keeps getting dry, and it's very painful to smile. So I can only kind of smile at from one side of my face. How annoying is that? Never mind. I might go out to the petrol garage later on and get a what is that stuff you? It's just some not lip seal. It's actually, will my face cream do? Could I put some of that on there? Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, I know what I've got. Just a minute. Let me go to the bathroom and get something. Well, it's not a real radio studio, you know. Absolutely. No, it's not. Well, you see, some people would lie to you, wouldn't they? They'd say they're coming from this great big glass structure in the sky somewhere. It's not. It's a converted bedroom. I'm not going to lie to you, dear. I'm not going to lie. Right, back in a minute. Just a minute. Here we are. That's what we need. What have I got here? Well, it says hand and body lotion for dry skin. Shall I try some of this? I like the smell of this. Oh, that is nice. I've got a feeling. I'm not sure. Oh, wait, I better read the instructions. I bet there's something that says don't take internally. Oh, I don't know. Shan't bother with it. Let me see if that will work. A little bit on my lip there. And rub it in. Hang on a minute. I can't smile. It's hurting me to smile. And I am a bit of a smiler, as people who have seen me before will know. Oh. I'm going to go... yeah, I will go out to the petrol garage later on and get some lip... Is it... I don't know what it is now I need. Is that Vaseline stuff? That's what I need to put on there, isn't it? Well, this is Vaseline, but it's a hand and body lotion. I think that's the wrong stuff, isn't it? I think you get a little tin of something and put it on to stop the old dry lips there. Good, so that's the reason I'm not smiling so much on our little video camera, right? I do apologise for that. And welcome along, once again, welcome along any YouTubers that are joining me for the first time. This is United Kingdom Talk with myself, Chris Reardon, in Vision as well today, for the first time ever. In Vision as well. It's all too much, isn't it, dear? People are probably looking at my eyes now thinking I'm quite mad. Do you know who I think I'd get on well with? Reardon. Reardon, who's Reardon? He sang in the X Factor, and he should have won, actually. I don't know what happened there. People voted for the young, cute one instead, but he absolutely had the better voice, as you know. I think I'd get on... I'd like to meet Reardon. I think he's a really good bloke. Fantastic voice. Reardon from Wales. How do you spell it? Oh, blimey. Reardon. R-Y... Oh, I'm not sure. Reardon. Yes. Right, now, we must move on to some emails. I have got quite a few emails to do today. I've been chatting on so much about the prizes we gave away at the Bingay last week. Don't forget the Bingay website is at bingay.com, bingay.com. Also, in part one of the programme, of course, I was telling you that... my new Facebook friend, Mark, had mentioned that my hair was going in the middle. And, you know, I've got to be honest with you. When I'm talking to people now, I'm very aware of trying not to tilt my head down. and I just realised I was tilting it down at the camera there. I'm going to have to sit up higher, I think. This chair is a little bit low, isn't it? 1 minute. Let me try and get this up a bit. Oh, my God. It's gone down there all the way. It's a lovely chair I've got here. Years old now. I've had this chair about 8 years. But you get what you pay for, dear. If you spend the money in the first place, it'll be here forever. Now, what can I sit on? Just a minute. Can I just go and get a pillow from the spare room? I'll be back in a minute. That's it. That's what we want. That's what we want. Want a couple of cushions or something like that. Right, I've got a pillow to sit on. See? Right, I feel like... You know what I feel like now? Oh, this reminds me of when I used to have my hair cut. Oh, it's a bit low, still a bit low. Maybe I fold it in half, hang on. Oh, dear. Sorry, talk amongst you. Well, you can't do the show if you're uncomfortable, can you? Got to be comfortable, dear. 1 minute. Oh, that's better. That's it. I'm a bit higher up now. There we are. Now on the video, I'm filling the video screen now rather than just a little head at the top. It's important to do these things properly, all right? Where's my mirror ball? You can't see the mirror ball. Oh, it's not turning. Now we're saying... Can you see the mirror ball there? Just over there? There it is. There. Can you see that? I don't even know if this video thing's going to work or not. Probably wasting my time. But we must do some emails because quite a few have come in recently. First of all, can we say hello to our friend Anonymous? Yes, it's Wayne. Hello, Wayne. And Wayne says, hello, Chris. You were asking me about going to the doctors and buying medicine here in the UK. Yeah, we were mentioning how it all works here in the UK with the NHS, and we have to buy prescriptions, but we actually get to see the doctors here in the UK free of charge. You just ring up and book an appointment and you go down, and that's it. There's no cost involved there. It's free at the point of delivery. But any medicines, prescriptions, most people have to pay for, unless you're on benefits, or I think, I don't know if pensioners have to pay. Have we got any elderly people in? Do you have to pay for your prescriptions? Do let me know. The email address of the programme is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, right? chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. I'm sorry about the microphone. I know it's in the way. It is a radio programme, not a television programme, dears. The radio people are more important. Those listening on podcast are infinitely more important than video viewers. It's true. Now, there is also a postal address. If you don't have internet access, there's lots of people listening on FM radios and things like that. And indeed in hospital beds up north, aren't you? Yes. Auckland? Yes. What was I going to say now? Oh, I've forgotten something now. I've done something. What have I done now that I was going to say to you something. Hang on a minute. Let me just check my emails. I've done something wrong here. I know I've done something wrong here. No. Isn't that mad? That's really mad. Sorry, I was just about to tell you something. It's completely gone out of my mind. Oh, well, not to worry. Anyway, if you're listening in a hospital bed somewhere, perhaps, on one of the hospital radios up north, then you can write into the programme, and I will be giving you the email address or the post address in a few minutes' time if you want to grab a pen. Right, have a look in that locker. Is there a pen down there? Have a look in the locker. If there is no pen in your bedside locker, just ask your neighbour in that bed next to you. You know, the one that makes all the noise? Oh, it's dreadful. What's it like, eh? You're in hospital and the bloke next to you is making all this noise and and all that business all the time. Oh, it's horrendous, dear. Ask them to borrow a pen, all right? Now, Anonymous says you were asking about going to the doctors and buying medicine here in the USA. Anonymous says, allow me to turn back the calendar 30 years when working for a large company meant that you had a retirement plan, that is, pension, and health insurance would cover you and your family. Construction workers who belonged to unions even got free eyeglasses. Those days are all gone. 10 years ago, a typical family could receive health insurance coverage for $3,600 a year. Every month, the employer would deduct $300 from your pay to cover the cost of medical insurance. This cost quite often did not pay for the medicines. Today, in the States, most employees can expect to pay $6,000, right? It's £3,000. $6,000 per year for health insurance that covers hospital care and some, but not all, doctor's visits. $6,000. You know, for me, Wayne, that's just, you know, here in the UK, that's just unknown. Your health insurance, we know that health insurance in the USA you have to pay for. We do understand that, but really, I had no idea the amount that you have to pay for it. £3,000 a year. Hell of a lot of money. On the other hand, I do have health. I have got my own private health insurance. Basically, you kind of join health insurance schemes at varying different levels, and the level I'm on is if I become ill or I need to go to hospital or see a specialist quickly, then I am covered for that. All right. I'm sure you've heard many stories about the long waiting lists to see various specialists here in the UK for whatever ailment that you've got, or indeed anything like that. Well, I would be able to jump the queue with my health insurance. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean I agree with that. Because I don't. I think it should be the same for everyone. Why is it that just because I can afford to belong to a health insurance scheme, I get to go before, you know, Amy down the road, who's 80 years old, lives on her own and can't afford it? Now, to me, that's wrong. However, that is the system we have in place here in the UK. And what do? Do you say, oh, well, I'm ill, but I don't believe in paying for it, so I'll die? Well, of course you don't, do you? So, I mean, just because I belong to such a scheme doesn't mean I necessarily agree with it, all right? Yeah, Wayne goes on to say, most employers can expect to pay $5,000 to $6,000 a year for health insurance. That covers hospital care and some, but not all, doctors' visits. So they even have to pay for some of the doctor's visits. The really sad situation is if a person becomes ill, excuse me, and does not have the money to pay for medical care, the doctors and hospitals sue for the money. Are you ready for this? And take their homes as payment. That's the owner's homes. I'll read that bit again if you didn't hear that. Okay, this is in America. I'll read that whole section again. And you ever think about that? Especially if you're here in the UK and you think the National Health Service is all bad and is badly run. I personally think it's badly run. There's far too much money going into management. Far too much money going into managers having posh offices with lovely thick carpets and walnut desks, when the nurses on the ward are running around like blue flies, you know what I mean, looking for a bandage because they've run out. Is that right? Let me read this again though. If you think the NHS is really that bad, listen how it is in the States. The really sad situation is that if a person becomes ill, this is in the States, and does not have the money to pay for medical care, the doctors and hospitals sue for the money and take their homes as payment. You're telling me something there, Wayne. I had no idea. Owners of small businesses and self-employed people have to try and stay healthy to avoid financial ruin. The streets in the USA may be paved with gold, but if you start scratching the surface, you will discover fool's gold. Bye for now, and that's from Anonymous. So thank you very much for that, Anonymous. Very interesting, that. I had no idea it worked like that. We all know that we have to pay for... I'm sorry, I've got an itchy ear. We all know that you've got to pay for medical insurance in the USA, but I had no idea how bad it was like that. As I say, I do have private medical cover. Costs me, it's just gone up actually. I was paying... Oh, I've just knocked something over. I was paying 60... I've got it written up there, £66 a month, but it's now £72 a month. So that's gone up quite a lot for me. £72 a month. That's an awful lot of money, isn't it? How much is that? That's nearly £1,000 a year. 72 times 12, isn't it? £864 a year I pay for my medical insurance, private medical insurance. But I mean, it's nowhere near what you're paying, is it? £3,000 a year. No doubt it will go up a bit at a time. You know how it is. I want to say hello to... Where are we going now? Let me just check. Ah, yes, it's Dan from Talk X Radio. How are you, Dan? A regular listener to the programme. Perhaps you'll become a viewer as well after this YouTube thing. By the way, if anyone's watching and you're still with us on the YouTube thing, what do you think of this video idea? Do you like this? I mean, I don't know technically how possible it is to do a whole show with the video camera just working as it is now. Those of you watching on YouTube, by the way, if you want to see this on YouTube, I'm not actually 100% sure it's going to work as well as I think it will. But if you want to have a look at the YouTube of this part of the programme, then go to the main United Kingdom Talk website, unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, all right? Look for the podcast dated the, let me think, It will be Saturday the 12th of January. You see, podcasts and radio shows, they do go out different dates, all right? So look for the podcast dated Saturday, January the 12th, I think it is. And then you'll find a link to the YouTube video for this part of the show, all right? You might like it, you might not. I don't know. This is something I haven't done before. Funnily enough, I had no intention of doing this before the show started. Isn't that weird? I just got halfway through and I thought, well, I did. I tried at the beginning, but I haven't been thinking about this at all. I kind of sat in there ready to do my show. I thought, I wonder if I can get the video working with this as well. So, do you like it or do you not? Do let us know on the email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. I'm just leaning across there to get the postal address ready. Get your pens ready. Here comes the postal address, all right? chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Oh, yeah, once again, as I say, the link to the video part of this show you can find on the main United Kingdom Talk website, unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. All right? unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Look for the podcast dated Saturday the 12th.